get started with this very special one-shot event from New Ammolia. We begin right as your characters are leaving town, and you're saying goodbye to Cathra. And it's kind of in the goodbye stages. You guys are in the process, like Cathra's about to exchange the Hill Giant Belt of Strength. But you are still in the town, and Sledge is sort of distracted with some of his giant learning and what have you. But that is the reason he will not be joining us in this session tonight. But you all see that the face of the town begins to change. And things darken around you. Actually, this was the part that I needed to pull up. I am pulling up some artwork of what the town is now going to look like. Sorry. I don't think I deleted it. Here we go. Actually, I'm going to do all three. So in the handout section, you will now see more of what the town looks like in this current state. As you guys feel magically drawn into a place that is both familiar and very strange to you. I would like everybody to do a perception check as you feel the world shift around you.
All right. And this is with my eyes?
Yes.
So I will get advantage.
Rolled an 11.
Okay.
You said no advantage then, right?
What's that?
Like if I have advantage on perception, I can still roll twice, right?
Yeah. I believe so.
I just wanted to make sure.
Should be.
24.
You're good. Okay.
13.
What did you get, Cathra?
18.
18. Awesome. Yeah. Buck and Desto, you guys are wrapped up in the fact that this place looks very spooky, and you're not sure exactly where you are, or what happened, or what's going on.
I jump into Desto's arms like Scooby-Doo and Shaggy.
You just crushed me right to the ground.
Strangely,
Cathra,
Desto able to hold me up.
You are able to recognize that this is your old village. This is your old town. It looks different, but you know where you are. Seymour. You look off, like you're taking in the town around you, but you also look off into the distance, and you see a mountain range that looks like it's where the coast should be. You feel like the land has shifted as well, as though you are in an Ammolia that looks different than the one that you're used to.
I like Brent's eyes.
Okay,
Tyler, you
so
sick bastard.
as I look around this different Ammolia,
Mm-hmm.
and see the changes, are there any signs of life?
Yeah, you would notice just a couple of though. Just a couple though. Like for the most part, the town is very dark, very ominous as like the howling winds roll through. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but there are a couple of lights, candle lights, on in the tavern. However, before you all can really think of what to do next, you hear the stamping of hooves, paws, something, and you hear flapping as a small pack of creatures runs up behind you. Turning to face them, you see a pack of skull drakes, the art of which
Oh
I will
God!
also post in the handout section. But as I'm doing so, I would like everyone to please roll initiative.
Mm.
Roll twice and get the same fucking number.
Sometimes that's just how it goes.
It'd be like that for sure.
Aha!
Love it.
I got a 17, by the way.
All right, let's go from the top 25 to 20.
23.
22 with a
Hey.
nat 20.
I did not roll a nat 20, and I got a 23.
All right, so Buck, you are going to have
Say what you.
advantage, but Desto will go before you.
That's fair.
20 to
What?
15.
What did you roll? Like an 18 or a 15 to get
17.
that number? Because you're.
17.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because you're a rogue and your dex is stupid high.
Yeah, ridiculously good.
My dex is dumb high, dude.
Dummy high.
All right, so 20 to
Dummy.
15, nobody?
They might as well start calling him Dexto.
That's funny.
Nice.
That's what I'm here for. I think she said she had a 17. Is that right? 15
Yes,
to
sorry
20.
about that.
With this computer, because nothing is working the way it did with my old shitty computer.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. Um, Taz, what did you get? Or Seymour?
I got a total of 4. Shout out to the 2 crew.
Okay. That's going to be that. And then Seymour is a 4. Cool. Yeah, you see this pack of drakes run up. We are going to run Theater of the Mind tonight because I didn't have time to prepare battle maps. But you see 5 of them run up and start attacking. Desto, you will be the first to act as they sort of begin surrounding your party.
So they have us completely surrounded.
Not completely, just sort of like a half circle situation. But they came up on you pretty fast. You get the feeling that if you were to run, unless you were able to put some good distance on you somehow, they would catch up pretty quick.
Okay. In that case, I will. I'll just walk up to the first one and. Hold on. Sorry.
It's all right. I am also trying to.
Actually, yeah. I'm gonna take out my horn of blasting, and
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot in their direction. It's a 30-foot cone.
Okay. Let me think.
So they all gotta make con saves.
Not all of them, because you're not gonna have.
Or whoever's in the cone. You know?
Yeah, I'll give you. You said 30-foot cone.
Yeah.
I'll give you three. Yeah, I'll give you three of them. And you said deck saves.
Yes.
Cool. Let's do that.
And I rolled for it so the horn doesn't blow up,
Good.
which is great, you know.
First one is a 17. Second one is a 9. Third one is a 15.
Okay. So the ones that didn't save take 18 damage.
What's the save on that? Sorry.
15.
15. So second one
DC 15.
fails.
Okay. And then the ones that save take half as much, and the ones that failed are also deafened.
Okay. And give me the damage one more time. Those writing
18
something.
damage for the ones that failed,
Okay. Excellent. Thank you so much.
and then half of that for saves.
Yeah. Got it.
And I'm assuming they're not made of glass or crystal.
They are not.
Correct.
They are made
Okay.
of a skeleton skull.
Had to ask, man. It's gonna happen one time. One of these times, it's gonna happen.
One of these days, you're right. All right. Anything else on your turn?
Yeah, actually, I'll just kind of do. I'm gonna. Are they like within 5 feet of us, or?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll just disengage and kind of get back behind the party.
Okay. Sounds good.
And that's my turn.
Cool. Buck, you were up next.
Cool. Not knowing what these things are, where we are, and anything that is going on right now, Buck is very confused.
Mhm.
And so in a panic, instead of rushing to initially enact violence, he is instead going to pull out the pipes of haunting and is going to play a scary melody on said pipes. I need so as long as they all these creatures are within 30 feet of us, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Then I will. So I will choose for my friends to automatically succeed on this saving throw. So y'all don't have to worry about making saves. But I do need all of these creatures to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Let's just do these big ones. Why not? So this will be one. First one got a nat 1, and then let's roll for.
Fail.
Second one also got a nat 1. Third one also got a
Fail.
nat 1.
Jesus.
Fourth got a
Fail.
nat 20, and fifth got a 5
Success.
plus. Make that an 8.
Fail. So all but the nat 20 failed.
Cool. And what does that mean for me?
So they are all frightened of me. They can repeat that saving throw at the end of their turn.
Alrighty.
They can.
Great.
I'll say that I would have stepped up, like in front of the party, to do this, so they cannot willingly get closer to me.
Okay. Does that frightened condition change at all if they are hit by one of y'all?
No, it just it may say on the frightened condition itself, but with these pipes, they are frightened until they succeed their saving throw.
Okay. I will play accordingly.
Yeah, and I'll rest on that. I won't. I'm confident in my pipe playing skills, so I'm not go into a rage.
Okay. Sounds good. Then, excuse me. Next up will be Cathra.
Shit.
Forgot y'all can't hear me. I think Catherine's gonna be generally confused and kind of just look around and be like, what the fuck? But realize that obviously I need to step in and do something. You said there was some within like a 5-foot range, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Whichever one is closest, I'm gonna swing at with my greatsword.
Alrighty. Go ahead and give me a swing.
19.
19. Okay. That will definitely hit.
2. And 9 for damage.
9 for damage. Got it. Anything else for me?
I think I'm just gonna use the greatsword again on the same guy.
Okay.
19 again.
Hits again.
13 for damage.
Alright. 13 damage. Guy is not looking like he enjoyed that. That's gonna be cool. Yeah, looking a little less than let's say a little less than halfway hurt maybe. But yeah, you've done a significant little chunk to it. Anything else for me?
So I think she's still trying to process it a little bit, and like
Sure.
she's very confused. She's looking around for her friends, and she's not really sure what's going on.
Yeah. Cool. Well, with that, it will be the Drake's turns, and while they have disadvantage on checks, and they can't move closer to the source of fear, if they're frightened, that doesn't stop them from using their breath weapon.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
So, given that all but one of them are afraid, I need 4 Constitution saving throws
From
everyone.
All over 5.
okay.
Oh no!
Or actually, let's make it 2 and 2. So 2 from everybody. But you, as you're surrounded in this like half circle of drakes, this sort of like pack of, it's got like the feel of a pack of wild like wolves in like Alaska. If you're on like a dog sledding, but like it's just they came out of nowhere. They're looking for a fight, and even in their fear, they're like trying to bring you down. So, Cathra, how did your 2 con saves go?
First one was a 19. Second one was a 17.
Cool. You are fine. That means you will take 14 points of damage. That is half of what it could have been. Buck.
I rolled a 14 and a dirty 20.
You are also only going to take 14 points of damage. Desto.
One of mine, I used a luck point and got a 19, and then the other one, I got an 11.
All right, you are going to take 21 points of damage.
Gotcha.
And finally, Seymour.
I got an 11 on the first roll. On the second one, I used a luck dice to get rid of a natural 1, but I still did not fare well and got a total of 7.
You will take 28 points of damage. As all 4 of these drakes breathe this noxious cloud on you, and you're just surrounded by this, this black gas that even further darkens the environment that you're in. And finally, the unfrightened drake will leap to make 2 attacks against Buck. First one's and all of the gas gets in the line of sight of this drake as it rolls a natural 1 and is unable to attack Buck.
Ooh.
Now I am going to roll their wisdom saves to get out of frightened, and we'll just do this in order. So that's going to be an 8. That does nothing. That's going to be a 15.
Nope. That just succeeds.
Okay. 9 and natural 20. So these 2 are no longer frightened. These 2 are. Seymour, it is now your turn.
All right. How many would you say are in a 20-foot circle? Or it's a range of 20 feet, so a 40-foot circle area. I am going to try to cast Fireball and see how many I can catch.
Okay. Let me double check the spread on Fireball. 20 feet, I think you could get 3. If it's 40 feet, you could get all of them.
So it says an area of 20 feet, 20-foot radius. So that would be a 40-foot circle.
Yeah, you can get all of them with that.
And not hit Buck.
You can hit me if you need to.
This is one of the few times I would agree that I'm probably going to. Just because I know we're fresh, and if I can get a 5 for 1, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And I have advantage on this saving throw.
I think you would hit Buck at this point. I think if you were to avoid Buck, you would be dropping 2 of the... Actually, Buck, I'm picturing kind of centered. So I would say you get 2 with... Like, if you're avoiding Buck, you can hit 2 of them. If you hit Buck, you can get all 5.
All right. I will scream, Buck, watch out. I cast Fireball.
All right.
I need dexterity saving throws from all 6 people that are going to get hit.
Cool. I'm rolling
Great.
5 of them.
I make this an advantage because I barbarian.
All right. So dex save. That is an 11 for the first one. A dirty 20 for the second. A 16 for the third. Actually, while I'm rolling this, what's the save I'm trying to beat?
17. 17's a score to beat. So
Okay.
one beat, the other 2 failed so far.
Okay. I think it was the
So
second
it was
one that beat
fail. Yeah, it was fail, pass, fail.
it. Fail again, and then I got one more. Pass. So 2 and 5 pass. The other 3 fail. And it sounds like Buck failed.
And I failed.
All right, how
What'd
much
you get?
damage we looking
Yeah,
at?
by 1.
You got what?
I failed by 1. I'm pissed.
Oh, that hurts. 3, 4, 5. I am rolling now. I was 5, 10, 20, 2, 4, 8, 28.
Okay.
So half would be 14.
That was fail, pass, fail, fail, pass. All right, yeah, that will hurt. That is. You see the third one, the one that's closest to. No. Yeah, the third one is very, very hurt. The other ones are in various stages of hurt. But you notice the third one is probably the closest to death's door. But
Okay.
yeah, that was good.
I would like to, as my bonus action, bardically inspire Buck as I apologize. Sorry, man, I didn't mean to hit you that hard.
And you just hear this smell, the faint smell of burning hair as it's okay, as like of smoke comes out of my mouth.
And to paint the picture, as we come around back to the top of initiative, this pack of skull drakes surrounded you outside of an abandoned town or a seemingly abandoned, spooky town, jumping into combat. Desto struck. Buck played on the pipes of haunting. Cathra was also able to strike 2 blows, and as they breathe this noxious cloud of necrotic energy around you, Seymour lights it all up with a fireball, illuminating just brilliantly against the dark night sky. Desto, it's now back to you.
I'm gonna make the third one go night night.
All right, do it.
See here. Well, I'm spending a luck point.
Okay.
That wasn't much better. What was it? 14.
14 to hit.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, that will not hit.
awesome. Okay. Well, in that case, I guess there's really not much else to do besides. I'll hit the third one with a bonus action offhand. My other short sword.
Okay.
Jeez. 16.
16 does hit.
Wow. Would I get sneak attack on offhand?
Yes,
Yeah.
you can.
If
As
it's
long
your-
as it's the first one that
yes.
hits, yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome. Okay. That's 22 damage total. Number
Awesome. Yeah, you stab into this drake in front of you, and it actually kind of bats your arm back with its skeletal wing. And just as you're kind of like spun with the impact of that wing, you stab in with your offhand and are able to catch it right in the bottom of the throat. And that drake is no more.
Okay. What is it looking like around me? Do I have the other ones within 5 feet of me?
I'll say you've got one of them within 5 feet of you.
Alright, in that case, I'm gonna just use my movement to move back. I know I'll take an opportunity attack, but
Okay.
I'd rather move back and take that than be standing there.
The opportunity attack misses anyway.
Sweet. Alright, and that's my turn.
Cool. Buck, it's now your turn.
So how are left now?
You've got 4 drakes left of the 5, so
Okay.
one's been handled. All 4 have taken some damage. I would say drake number 1 is the most hurt. Drake 1, 2, and 3 are hurt enough that you can kind of guess that they're within 10 to 20 hit points of each other as far as how much damage they've taken. I would
Okay.
within 10. And then drake number 5 is the one that's the most healthy right now, but even that one took half fireball damage, which is not insignificant.
Do they? From what I can tell from the anatomy of these creatures, having never fought some before, how are they look? Like, do they look healthy? Do they look half dead, half dead-er?
The on the
Are they
healthier side of half
crumbly?
dead.
Okay.
Like some deep wounds have been done to them, but they still have fight within them. If that makes sense.
Okay. Fine. I want to. I will bonus action rage.
Sorry to make you do your character's thing.
I know,
Darn.
right? Like how dare I?
Yes, the barbarian playing an instrument in battle versus raging and attacking.
Yes. Hold on.
The barbarian
No,
plays the
it's wrong.
instrument. The bard does 8d6 worth of damage. This is how things should be.
We're in fucking Cloud Cuckoo
Balance
Land.
as all things should.
I start floating as Buck is just like begins flying a bit. So I'll just in my best Errol Flynn impression, I just aha as I will stab down this drink that is right in front of me.
Okay.
And I will make those recklessly.
Sure. Give me some stabs.
So first attack is a 27 to hit.
27 definitely hits, yeah.
The second is even higher.
Hits.
That's not a D10. That's a D10 though. Okay, so plus 8. So this is plus 16. That's not good, or as good. That is 25 points of damage total, I think. Yes, it is 25 points of damage total.
25 damage. Looks very hurt by that, but is still. It's looking very hurt.
I will. I'll float up out its reach as I begin my. I'll say that I am 10 feet up, and then kind of shift slightly into the circle. So whenever anybody gets within 10 feet of me, I will be able to attack them, and that will be 10 feet under me as well. So.
Sure. Noted. You're annoying.
Will he get an attack of opportunity? He should have if he hadn't already used it.
If you're floating, that one did not. So yeah.
Yeah. So he'll get an attack of opportunity.
I'm not gonna count that because it fell off my rolling spot, as did that one. Fail.
You only bitch.
Kathra, it's your turn.
Jesus, Raider. Sorry, my dog can't decide where he wants to go.
It's okay.
Alright.
Raider gets to go wherever he wants to go.
Through anyway.
It's funny you say that because my cat is screaming at me.
It's much funnier if the noodle's just like, yo! Yo!
And then I go to like pet him and he like scurries away. I'm like, what the hell, bro? Like he's hey, piss off.
Kathra, I assume that you are swinging and causing general mayhem.
I think so, yeah. That's what I'm gonna do, probably. Because the guy that I was hitting is not dead yet, right?
Correct.
Okay. I'm gonna swing at him. I got a 15?
15 just hits.
Yeah. 9 damage.
9 damage, got it.
Is he still standing?
He is still standing.
With Elton John playing in the background. Still standing.
28 for the next one.
Hits.
14 damage.
14 damage. I believe he is still standing, but looking very, very hurt.
Just die already. Alright, yeah, I think Catherine literally said that, and then I'm just gonna be
Awesome.
good. That's my turn.
Yeah. For people that have run dragons before, I get to roll the breath recharge regardless of whether or not, like, they take another action, right? Like, that does not count towards their action economy.
Correct.
No, that's just they just do that at the beginning of their turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Just checking. I only need 4 because y'all killed one already. And none of them got it. So, 1 is still frightened, so it's just going to make it save. And a 19 passes. So that one's no longer frightened.
Correct.
2 is going to take 2 attacks on Cathra. A shout out to the 2 crew will not hit. An 11 won't hit, will it?
Tyler, what was the number of the one that I attacked?
The one that you attacked, that was number 4.
Okay. Please continue. Sorry.
Sure, yeah. Catherine, 11 won't hit, so number 3 is dead. Number 4 is going to fly up in the air and attack Buck twice.
Mother. I didn't think that they could fly.
A 19 will hit.
A 19 won't hit.
What?
Yeah.
Alright, but a 21 will.
Yeah.
Yeah, 21 will hit.
Y'all are too strong. Who gave you all this power?
I don't know, some guy,
You
some
just hit the
idiot.
wrong people. That 11 would have almost hit me.
That's going to be 14 points of piercing damage to you, Buck.
Halved.
Alright, 7 points of piercing damage to you, Buck. As it kind of latches onto you and attempts to bite the first bite, and you're able to, like, muscle it away. But it is able to, like, bite into your shoulder on the second one. And then finally, because Desto has removed himself from the fight, we've already swung at the other 2. Number 5 is frightened, but is going to make its attacks against Seymour with disadvantage. So that is a 14 on the first roll. Does a 14 hit Seymour?
Hits.
Okay, let's see what the second one does. Second one will also hit Seymour. Ooh, buddy. $16 points of damage to Seymour. As it bounds towards you, pushes you to the ground, not prone, we're just doing this for flavor, as it is able to, like, get 2 solid bites into you.
Oh.
And then he will roll to get out of frightened, and he does not. He remains frightened. Seymour, it is your turn.
The one that attacked me was number 5, correct?
Correct. That is the one that has been the least hurt. You do see, like, the remnants, some charred bones from where your fireball hit it, but even that, it was able to escape the full force of.
Okay. I would, as I'm, like, scrambling to get up off of the ground and get away from it after it, like, bit me and knocked me over a little, I would use my bonus action to use my once free a day Misty Step. to get out of melee range.
Okay.
And then cast 2 Eldritch Blasts at that specific one that hit me.
Sure. Go ahead and give me those rolls.
Uh, 25 and 28 to hit.
Both hit.
Right. Big money, no whammy. Oh, okay. That is a 13 plus 15 for a total of 28 damage
28 damage. Excellent.
in 2 strikes.
Good deal. That hurts a lot. Awesome. We will go back to the top of initiative order as I described. Desto is unable to make contact with any of these, unfortunately. No, he was able to kill the one. So he gets pushed and then is able to stab into the neck of the first Drake to fall. Then Buck makes a couple of strikes and then flies up into the air. His Drake following close behind. Cathra is able to do some damage as well. The Drakes, none of them seem to have regained the cloud that they had breathed out, but are able to do some bits of damage, and only one of them is still under the frightened condition. And then Seymour poofs away and hits with Eldritch Blast. His Eldritch energy casting a much dimmer light, but still against the cold black of night. Kind of this dull magical glow as the streaks find purchase against the Skull Drake. Desto.
That mauled him nearly to death.
Correct. Yes. Desto, it is now your turn.
Finish it.
You are muted.
Sorry.
You good?
Which one looks the most hurt near me?
Most hurt near you would be Drake number 2. We'll say he's about 10 feet away from you as you've been kind of backing away from active combat.
Alright, that's who I'm going to go for.
Cool.
Drake number 2. And I'm going to attack him with the short sword. Okay. That's going to hit. 25.
Yeah, absolutely hits.
21 damage on him.
21 damage. That'll kill the second one.
Okay. Do any of them near me look... Any of the other ones look really, really hurt? Or...
The fourth one, the one that's in the sky fighting Buck, about 5 feet to your left and 10 feet in the air, looks the most hurt, but I would say it's very hurt. I would not say anything about Death's Door. Maybe
are there
maybe
any of
else.
them within 5 feet of me still?
I think you've kind of cleared out your active area. One's engaged with Cathra, one's engaged with Seymour, but I don't think any of them are within 5 feet of you.
In that case, I'm gonna throw one of my daggers at the one that's in the sky.
Okay.
After Buck.
Love that.
All right, let's do this. Oh yeah. 28.
That'll hit.
Let's go. And I almost rolled a 19, dude.
Mm.
So close. That's gonna be for 8 damage.
8 damage on the one in the sky.
And,
Yeah.
And when I do that, I'm gonna use my Wails on the Grave on one of the other ones.
Okay. You want the one that's fighting Cathra or Seymour?
Actually, I'm not gonna use my Wails from the Grave
Okay.
because I don't like it anymore. So
Okay.
I'm not doing it.
Don't like
Not
it
a fan.
anymore.
All right.
Not a fan of it anymore.
Yeah, you get the feeling that. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on any of this, but this is both canon and out of canon. So why not play with it a little bit? You have already kind of walked away from your experience in Brimstone Hold, questioning some of the ways that Desto does things. And now in this even spookier, even more, not necessarily evil, but just sort of ominous feeling place, um, it just feels like a bit much. It doesn't feel like the way that Desto's wanting to handle things, at least in this moment. Does that
Yeah,
all
so
feel fair?
I go to spark it, and I can feel like the energy coming from my hand, getting ready to pull,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just last minute. I'm just gonna release it, and not follow through.
All right, sounds good. Next up will be Buck.
Cool. So I do still have this one in front of me, and there's two more besides that.
Yes, correct. The one in front of
Okay.
you is looking
How is
very
the one
hurt. I
looking?
would say on the steps of death, and then the other two are like very hurt.
Okay. It's on death's stoop, but not
Sure.
at his door yet.
Correct.
It's on Death's foyer.
I will make an attack at this one in front of me, recklessly, for a natural 20.
Okay. That will definitely hit.
Do I need to roll?
What is your minimum damage?
10 plus 8 is 18.
No,
Plus
you do not need to
2d10.
roll. You fully cleave through
Okay.
this thing. Because you're floating, I can't really give you any sort of cleave bonus into the other creatures, but you are fully able to kill this drake.
No, but I will use my momentum to swing myself downwards and attack the one that is harassing Seymour.
Cool.
Harrison.
Also, Willis. That is 22.
22 to hit. That'll definitely hit.
That's cocked. Okay. I wish I had taken the cock, but that's fine. That
It was cocked. You couldn't have taken it.
Well, one side was mostly up, but it wasn't all the way.
Mm-hmm.
10 points of slashing damage.
All right. Yeah, it's looking very hurt.
Then I will bonus action whack it with the butt end. That's a nat 18.
All right. That'll hit.
Mother bitch. That is. Oh, math is hard. 9 points of damage.
Cool. You leave this one in the state that you left. It's on Death's stoop again.
As I'm like awkward, like I'm very confidently like attacking it, and then once I finish attacking, I start like floating slightly, like drifting a little, and it's just like, sorry, Seymour, I'm not quite used to the flying bit yet. As I like start to like go a little bit upside down, like astronauts in space, just kind of endlessly just like floating. That's what I'm doing.
Cathra, you are up next. Quick question just for flavor. Have you raged yet, or are you doing all this without rage?
I definitely have been doing this without rage. I planned on raging just because I'm annoyed that this guy won't die.
Sure. Okay.
Cool. I'm gonna rage and I want to do the form of the beast and just be completely pissed off and try to shred him if that's cool.
Absolutely. This dwarven woman sprouts what did we say, fabulous pink or fabulous purple claws and hair and purple. Yeah, you just
Purple.
become a beast and start thrashing at it with your claws. Make some attacks.
17.
17 will hit.
Damage was 9.
9 damage, heard.
I'm gonna bite him too.
Yeah, keep going. He's still got some fight.
12.
12 will not hit.
Damn it. No, clear.
Alright, so is Bobby Joe doing anything else, or those are 2 attacks, right?
You mean
Bobby Joe?
Catherine?
Bobby Joe's
Excuse
trapped in
me.
the crystal.
Excuse me, Cathra, yes. Freudian slip of who I want to be back.
Try to use my tail. I think
Sure.
I've done that.
Use your tail.
20.
Nat 20?
No.
Okay. Still good. You still hit it. Go ahead and roll damage.
13.
13 damage. Good deal. So that is cool. And that one's looking incredibly hurt. Both of these I would now categorize as on death's stoop, but it will be their turn first. The first one's going to attack you twice. That's going to be a 17 to hit, and then an 18 to hit. Do I hit you, Cathra?
Nope.
On either?
You don't. Nope.
Okay.
Armor
Cap-
class 9.
Dang. All right.
No.
So this Drake has been just really going in on you, and you've been like getting your claws in it, hitting it with your great sword, and every time it tries to attack you, you are effortless, or not effortlessly. It's very strained, but you are a very strong woman. And are able to stop it. You're like grabbing its mouth and shoving it into the ground, kicking it back, and all in all, although you were fighting for your life, you were kind of dominating this Drake. Cool. Seymour, you're up. Oh, excuse me, no. This one is going to roll to get its breath weapon back. Doesn't. It is going to make some disadvantage strikes on Seymour. That's going to hit. And a 7 will not. So, let's see. Does it get a nat 1? No. Alright, so that's 1 hit on you. One more fight. That's 8 points of damage.
I am down to 4 HP.
Oh, Seymour.
Gosh darn it.
3 bites in your form. You're bleeding kind of from everywhere at this point. Barely hanging on. It is your turn.
And you said the one that's attacking me looks rough, but not like...
Both of
dying
them are on
soon?
death stoop.
Oh, it is on Death Stoop?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I am going to once again use Misty Step to back myself off.
Okay.
Casting a spell slot at this point, and then casting 2 shots of Eldritch Blast at it. Alright, so the first one is a 17.
Hits.
And then the second one was a 16. Okay.
Also hits.
Wait. I read the dice wrong. I thought the dot was the 6, but it was a 9, but it's higher,
Hey,
but it all
Tyler, I'll
hits
be back in
anyway,
like 5
so
minutes.
we're all good. Alright. Okay, so who to hit on it? That would be 10 damage and 7 damage.
Drake number 5 drops.
I don't know if anybody else chasing me now or anything, right?
Correct. The only one that's left is the one that's entangled with Cathra, and she's kind of handling it right now. You guys could certainly help her.
I will use my movement to get away from that.
Sure.
Like almost try to hide behind a corner of a building if I can.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, need a rest.
We're gonna go to Buck, as Desto is AFK at the moment. So Buck, you're gonna jump in initiative order.
So there's just one left.
One left, wrestling with Cathra at the moment.
Okay, then I will fly, and as I will run and like slap into it, or as I'm flying. It's that thing that Superman does where he wills himself to fly
Sure.
faster.
Don't say it with that tone. Yeah, that's a thing.
Clenches his butt cheeks harder. First attack, reckless. That's good because that was a nat 1. That is only still a 14 though.
Does not hit.
Second attack. Fuck. I don't think it.
Isn't it the same
Yeah,
math?
I don't think it hurt though. No, shut up, Tyler. I'm seeing if I crit on a 19. I don't know why
I don't
would, but I
think
had
you
it in
do.
my
I
head.
think that's only a
Yeah.
champion thing.
I don't. And Hexblade. There's an item that I got in another campaign that allows me to crit on a 19.
How dare you speak of another
but
campaign
that is-
in this space?
That is not that, but it is not this day. It is, but a nat 19.
Hits?
13 points of damage.
Any particular way you would like to finish the strike?
Yes, I would like to. As I whiff with the first one, it's because I'm floating above it, and Catherine would just hear shit as I swing back around. I don't know if y'all are familiar with in Super Smash Brothers the way that Kirby does his little up B where he spins his sword.
I do know that.
That is what I do. I spin real fast as I chop down. I'll cut into its torso as I then chop back down. As I chop down and decapitate this skeletal Drake.
Excellent.
And I will do a superhero landing.
Sure.
And Catherine will see that I'm like a little bit green, just like it is still really cool, but I don't like flying. And that's it for me.
All right. As you all come out of initiative order, Seymour barely holding on, just trying to push guts back in his body. The rest of you, for the most part, pretty fine. You all see a lantern approaching from the mist, as well as and it looks like the lantern's higher than it should be. That's strange. And as it comes close enough for all of you to see who holds the lantern, you see a giant wearing tattered clothes, long hair, and a long beard, and sort of a crazed look in his eye as he says, "You're fools to be out here, but follow me." And that's where we're going to take our 5-minute break. Back.
All right.
So I will return momentarily.
Cool.
Because we're not playing.
Wait, what was that, Kayla?
I just didn't know if I was allowed to ask a question, or am I not allowed to ask
You can
in
ask.
character?
Sure, we're all here.
Does Capper recognize him?
She does not.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Sorry.
Never.
Yeah, so Jimmy, you were AFK, but we are going to take a fiver real quick. But then we'll be back to things. So, one moment.
Oh, all I heard was like somebody yelling about a red button. Yeah, I know. I said that. Oh, I just heard somebody screaming about a red button, so I was confused. Talking or screaming? All right, well, I think I have your card saved on. You want me to just book it? I think it is, but I'll double check it before I do it. We're on the 5 minute break. I love you too. We should hop on later if you get after time. All right. Love you too. Bye.
How are we feeling so far?
I have 2 theories,
Okay.
or three theories.
What are your theories?
Either we are in Shadowfell, we're in the far past, or we're in the far future.
Okay. As soon as Taz gets back, we will jump back into things.
Dude, what an idiot, right, man? Who goes to the movies and just fucking messages people all the time?
Yeah.
Like, I literally be sitting next to this guy and be like, wow, what a fucking tool, dude.
To be fair, he didn't text while he was in the movie. I think he's out now. But
Oh, is he out? Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. I'll leave
Talk
him
to him.
alone. I thought he was in the movie. I'm just like, dude, come on.
Yeah, no. If he was in the movie, I would be pissed. Like, I'd
He does
legitimately
do that
be
in the
pissed.
movie. He does
And,
do that in the
and
movie.
he's being a total hater right now.
I think that just means he's mad that he's missing D&D.
Could be.
I think he forgot until he got there on Monday. So,
Yeah.
very AJ.
He will always be him. Cool. Everybody ready to jump back in?
Yeah.
Awesome. So, yeah, we last left as this giant had come out of the mist carrying a lantern, looking haggard, and asked you to follow him. Do you?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Immediately.
I need to find shelter somewhere. Thank you, kind soul, while I'm dying out here.
There's a moment where Buck is like, yeah, and then waits and stops, and it's like all of the shit that's happened to this group in the past. And I would like to make an insight check into this person. And I know because I shouldn't make it just like a lie detector, but
Nope.
You're muted.
Mute him.
Okay.
Mute him. I don't hear from him right now. I'm about to make an insight check
Kick him.
into this gentleman that I will describe. The rest of us know what's going on. AJ doesn't get to know. I would like to insight check this man.
Sure, go ahead and roll an insight check. Alright, let me figure out what the fuck to do with AJ.
Anything, make him sit in the dirt.
No, he doesn't get to play.
No.
He doesn't even get to watch. Kick him.
Kick him out, dude.
Tyler, you can kick him.
Kick him, he's done.
Wow, they're voting you all. You're all voting you off the island, AJ. Wow, I can't hear you, by the way.
Is it your headphones or your headphones?
All right, what's your insight check, Brent?
Oh shit! I was rolling that. I apologize. I'm laughing too hard.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yes, now I can hear you. All right.
Ruin your guys. I love you all, and I hate all of you though. At the same time, fighting this fire gauntlet. But
Oh, are you
I love
dipping
y'all.
out?
Well, I just wanted to say hi. I don't want to like take away from everything.
What? Amo, you don't even want to stay and watch?
You can stay a watch, or I
You
can
can
come
stay
up
a-
with something. It's up to you.
I'm gonna come back. I'll come back on. I gotta go grab food at Walmart, but we came here to grab a wallet. But I just wanted to say hi to you guys.
Okay.
And I missed
Hi,
you all.
buddy. We missed you too. Cool. So then you're watching. I can stop planning then.
I'll come back and watch. Don't worry.
Okay. Cool.
See you guys.
See you, bud.
Okay.
Hi, Lincoln.
10.
I don't know
to
what's
answer.
funnier, the
Okay.
fact that he hopped on or the fact that he actually believes Taz.
Definitely the fact
Yeah.
that he believes has. That's the funnier one.
No, that's
Yeah,
the funniest bit.
Too.
That's
He was like, "Are
hilarious.
you gonna?"
Was that Kayla?
I was gonna say he asked me on the phone too, and I was like, "I don't know."
What we were doing?
Yeah, because he wanted to know if it was what you said it was.
Oh goodness.
Eh.
I picked exactly what I think would irk him the most because he was like trying so hard to go back to it in there, and I was like, okay, well, it broke out now.
That's perfect. Sorry, Brent. Insight check. We're gonna get this thing back on track.
10.
10. This looks like a crazy giant man.
As we're, I'll follow, like I'm like kind of following at a distance, and it's like, where are we?
I'll explain.
This looks familiar, but
Shush.
oh, okay.
And you
Okay,
all will
I will
creep
follow.
through town very quietly, eventually making your way to the tavern, or what used to be the tavern, used to be the saloon. You see that windows, the glass has been shattered long ago, but they've been boarded up. It looks like the boards at certain points have taken damage and been reboarded. You see, the glass is a few sharp shards of it rest on the porch. This is where you were seeing the candlelight come from. You can see the faint glow of it inside from the upstairs windows. And where the saloon doors used to be, there is a giant piece of metal. And as you approach, the giant will, just with the tip of his finger, tap a couple of times on the door with a piece of metal, and you will hear it shift up slightly and move, and you hear the thudding footsteps of two men lifting a very heavy thing as they place it down. And as it moves, you can actually see that this is a giant safe that is so big that it's being used to block the door. And as they move it and allow just enough space for you to come in, the giant that you all were following will very quickly wait for you all to go inside. You all, I assume, do so.
Stumble myself in there, like coughing up blood, like, oh,
Uh-huh.
thank you.
And
I
you
think
all,
Yeah.
or not Taz. I think we should help out Seymour.
you all tumble in. The giant follows behind you, and they move the safe back to its place in front of the doorway. And you look in and see a very run-down saloon floor. The stage has been dismantled for wood scraps to bar the windows. The liquor bottles are either mostly empty, a few of them have been broken into shards and makeshift weaponry. Only a few of the bottles in this tavern's, from what y'all remember the last time you were in a place that looked like this, pretty vast stockpile. Only a few are left, and most of them near the bottom. And you see all of the tables and chairs have been used for firewood. There is a stack of it against the wall, also running incredibly low, and a spot in the ceiling that has been punched through so that smoke could escape to the upper floors. Or to the upper floor, excuse me. And inside you find, along with the giant that guided you here, 5 other giants. All in a similar state of haggardness, rags, a few of them scarred. And after they let you in, most of them go back to their place around the fire. Very small in here. There's a reason that candlelight is what you saw and not the light of a fire. As the one that ushered you in.
Right, go sit near the fire and we should discuss.
You all take a seat by the fire.
Sorry.
As he sort of looks to help you, Seymour, but in maybe the first initial attempt to help you move clothes or whatever, kind of realizes that his giant form is probably not dexterous enough to do the fine motor work you need to do to patch yourself up, or just he's not going to be very helpful here. He's a blunt force instrument. Sort of backs off and is.
I will notice that his thing, and I will wave him off nicely, I appreciate that.
Where is it you come from?
We're not so sure ourselves. We were kind of walking in a town similar to this, and then everything changed. And we ended up here. How about you? How did you all end up here? Was this your village?
Yes, this is the place we called home for a while. Unfortunately, it seems that dragons have overrun us. You were looking at what's left. We no longer find it safe to wander outside. The fact that you all were outside at all, much less survived, is, well, either fascinating, ignorant, or some combination of the two.
I like the combination. That's probably the most accurate. Call it dumb luck, but it's still luck that we somehow made it there.
And this goblin, you have tamed him.
Tamed is a strong word.
Buck will stand up and just start stretching. It's just alrighty, okay, that was unkind.
Is it not true that you not tamed? You seem remarkably well behaved.
Does he need to be tamed?
We come from a place where goblins are not considered untamed creatures. In fact, some are quite intelligent and leaders. Goblins work in society with us.
You will see that he sort of sits down crisscross in front of the fire, and as he's groaning and doing so, he's like,
Well, I guess that there are still miracles in this universe.
Buck will swallow the insult that was just dealt to him, and he looks and he like take a second, it like in his rage and just like kind of quiet down for a second, and then look around. Wait a minute. Do you all have any kind of communication with a group of ghosts of your kind? I don't know how giants do with like communing with spirits and things, but the last time we were here, there were a lot of like giant ghosts, like ghosts of giants. Do you know what happened to them?
I have no idea of ghosts in this place. We fight shadows, but I would not call them something as simple as ghosts.
Wait a minute. Okay, back up. When is it?
You
Like, what year
don't
is it?
Don't know what year it is?
I am an untamed goblin. I don't know these things. What year is
Fair
it?
enough. No, that's understandable.
Buck will like grip the edge of his glaive and just you can hear the wood straining as Buck's fist is just clenched and shaking, but resists the urge.
He will like kind of stroke his chin as he looks at Seymour and is just like,
Fascinating. So, language skills, but goblins aren't the best with time. Who knew? It is the.
I'm gonna literally put my hand on Buck like, no.
it is
Goblins joyously back.
How it's innocent.
When he says that, there's just like a okay, no, that's fair. Like none of us are great with time, so I'll give him that one.
He's
It's
insulted, but actually, it's factual.
the year 91,151.
Wait, what year is it?
91,151.
I lost my notes.
What's
So
that?
we're in New Ammolia. We are at year
didn't know.
2047.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
We do not know.
4,095,
for
I
sure.
believe, actually.
Oh, my bad. Correct. Yeah. It's
No, 464. 4064, excuse me.
I remember making something up for the whiskey shirts, but I couldn't remember the exact number.
4/2069.
I'll go back and check the whiskey shirts because now
Nice.
that those have been printed on a T-shirt, that is now the official canon.
Well, like a few years prior, because
Right.
it was like
Yeah.
old.
So it was 2048 is the number that we're working off of, right? And it's the first 2048 cycle was when
that's when the animal races came to be. You are
So
now
we're
approaching
in
the second 2048
4095.
cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4095. I think I pushed you guys a
Sounds
little
accurate.
before that, but sure. Yeah, somewhere in the 4060 to
Rough.
4090 range.
And this is 91,000.
Correct.
So,
Would anybody like to make a history check? You may all do so if you want.
I would love to.
Do as well.
I don't know. Am I tamed enough to make this check, Tyler?
I love how easy it was to get under your skin.
You certainly can try to make.
While
a
I'm
check.
looking around and sitting by the fire listening to this, I am using 2 first level.
Sorry. Sorry,
That
what were you
one-
saying, Seymour?
I'm just going to use 2 first level spell slots of Healing Word on myself just to get me out of the critical red for a minute. And if we end up staying here long enough, I'll see if we can short rest to use some healing dice. But
Sounds good.
you never know how this scenario is going to go if Buck decides he wants to
That's true.
swing again. That's why I don't want to jump the gun. But I got myself 16 points of healing, so I'm back up to 20 HP, which is
Okay.
far more comfortable than 4.
Sure.
I got a 22 on my history.
Okay.
I
Buck,
got
what
a
did you?
19.
19. Buck, what did you get on history?
fucking 10.
You did better than me.
I'm just so mad.
Yeah, that tracks.
Are you mad?
Cathro, what did you get?
Still did better than me because I got an 8.
An 8. Okay. Yeah. Buck, you were just furious at all of the. I wouldn't even call it like subtle or passive. Like it's just kind of blatant racism against goblins. But yeah, just kind of this guy just keeps making a comment, seemingly just unaware of like how much it's impacting you. As Cathra, you were, I think, more captivated by how familiar this place is. It looks like obviously different, but you spent so much time here. Desto and Seymour, with your history checks, you both get the like flash in your brain. The last recorded year in old Ammolian history was 91,152. You think you are months away from the end of old Ammolia.
What direction do I want to take this? All right, we'll start with this. So as I'm like sitting there listening to him say that answer, I start healing myself, and I look around. I'm like, wait, are any of you injured?
We've mostly patched up the injuries we've had. Unless you can do something for scars.
And he'll point at one of his friends who just has a deep gash through his eye, the eye being very milky. Another one's lost a hand, all the way up to the elbow.
Unless you can grow limbs back or remove scars, I think we're pretty much as healthy as we're gonna be.
That's a bit above my ability, I will admit.
Do any of them look familiar to us at all? Like the ghosts that are in the town present day, or no?
Mm-mm. These are all very strange-looking giants. All of them, none of them bear strong resemblance to the people that you guys saw as ghosts.
I don't believe we've made proper acquaintances. Seymour Vinestiller.
Introduction around the party. The one that's speaking to you will introduce himself as Whitby, and then
Whitney?
Whitby, Whitby, and then going around the circle, he will point out Harker, Harker, Seward, Seward, Holmwood, Holmwood, Brahm, Brahm, and Archibald.
Sounds so familiar.
We appreciate you taking us in our hour of need. The dragons that attack the area, do they patrol constantly, or is it just at night?
It's always night.
Like all the time?
It has been dozens of months since I've last seen sunlight.
Trolling for.
Is it?
I don't think they're patrolling. I think this is these creatures just have appeared, and dragons are, at best, controlled forces of chaos, and I don't think we got their best offering.
Did the night start before they came, or did they come before the night?
It seems that they were part of the night. They all seemed to come together.
I look around the place a bit and see that what you described, like everything's torn up and they're trying to use every last scrap of what they can for making themselves comfortable and surviving. And I know it's not much, but I'm surprisingly decent at fixing a few things here and there with a little bit of time. Would you like me to patch up some of the walls and reinforce a few things for you?
You may if you wish, but I'm not sure how helpful it will be. We ate the last of our rations yesterday.
Do you have weapons of any kind?
Yeah, you look around and see that they're all, some of them wielding like decent weapons, and the others kind of have formed makeshift weapons of the broken glass and shards of metal and such. But I think looking at all of them, you would see they're very weathered, very well worn in.
Is there anything that we can do to help?
I think I have an idea. It's not much, but I'll get back to you. And I start digging through my bag, and I pull out the marvelous pigments. And I begin going over some of the cracks and reinforcements in what they have to try to like strengthen the walls a bit. And then I begin to draw a couple giant-sized weapons. I try to pick things that don't rely on an artistic or an artisan's touch when it comes to things like it would be Sledge's realm of like swords and stuff.
You're going for like great clubs.
Couple clubs and like some spears, because it just needs to be a good pointed tip. It doesn't have to be the sharpest pointed tip. Just needs to be. And then so I get a couple clubs and spears for them that or at least look better than what they are. Nothing of major value, but because I think it says an individual item can't be worth more than 50 gold.
25.
So, or 25 gold. So it's like just a couple big old sticks and a couple decent spears. And then I see where their firewood is, and I draw a couple replications of it so that they have, let's call it, triple the firewood they do. So if they're running low, have a few days left, they now have.
All right.
I will pull out the decanter of endless water, and where do you keep your water?
I think we've got a barrel still.
And we'll like go looking back behind the bar. And I assume you follow him, and yeah, he'll kind of wheel something out. It's not able to like have the tap on it anymore, but it is like basically a giant bucket that you could fill with water.
I'll do that, and as Seymour's doing his thing, I'll see about maybe instead of firewood, you make a couple more buckets or barrels for them to use to keep water in.
I would do that. So like after I get done with the firewood, I'd do another like 2 barrels so that they can get some water.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I will just like a dad standing out with hose, like drinking a beer. I'll just stand there, just pouring the decanter of endless water
Yeah.
every 6 seconds. Another 5 gallons go in
Incredible.
until each of the barrels are filled.
I'll say as you
Um,
two are doing that, yeah, Desto.
Yeah, while they're doing that, I want to just kind of go up to Whippy and start talking to him, and I want to ask him how many of them are out there.
Oh, yep, this one speaks too.
And he'll like pull out a coin and just be like,
Is this what you want?
I'm gonna look at him, and I'm just, I don't want a coin, thanks. I
Fascinating.
have plenty. I have plenty of them, and I'm gonna pull a bunch of gold out of my pocket.
Fascinating. I'm sorry. You spoke. What is it?
Oh, okay. I'll repeat myself. How many of them are out there?
We don't know. There's seemingly more every time we step outside, and usually they'll come in a wave. We'll fight off what we can, and then they'll leave, um, as if to regain forces or something like that. Um, yes. By the way, are any of you looking for someone?
Depends who it is.
Well,
Sort of a tall, reedy human man. Um, he came by a couple of years ago, right when this was all starting, but I just figure since you're not giant folk, perhaps one of you might know this smaller person.
What did he look like?
Very tall, very
did he
thin.
have kind of a dickish, haughty kind of demeanor?
uh, Buck, who are you referring to?
I'm referring to the gentleman that we met outside of my village.
The
He's like,
dragon
oh
guy.
yes, we like yeah,
Gotcha.
dragon guy.
Okay. Um,
Oh,
Mm, not well, yes, but not haughty. As though he was more frantic, really. Um, Seemed to be on the track of something. Uh,
Hmm. Uh, which way did he go? Also, you haven't seen the little like pale dwarf man around, have you?
We
Likes
lost.
building things.
he'll
We
point at
lost him.
Cathra and be like,
this one is not a man, correct?
We will
Alright.
work on your systemic racism a bit later, but no, that is not a man. That is a woman, I believe. Um, but no, I'm saying like within the past like 20-30 minutes.
You were all we found. Um, no, this one, oh, um, what did he call himself? What did he call it?
I'm gonna roll a d20 and see if Whitby remembers who this is. Take it, and yeah.
Um, he was this sort of magic person. He was carrying an orb. He called himself Nebucath?
Oh my fucking god.
Mother. No.
Dang. Now the cat is a fucking human?
Yep.
Or was one?
Crotchety old man from Old
He's
Abolia.
currently incinerated in a fucking lava pit now.
A bit.
So you all know this
We
name.
have
We are familiar
da,
with that name.
except when we met him, he was a skeleton.
And now he's not.
Well, that does seem to fit with his vibe.
A very selfish individual, correct?
He gives the ick.
He does give the ick.
So wait though. You thought that we were looking for him, so do we give you the ick?
No. You were all incredibly charming and fascinating.
And he'll just like reach into his pocket and give you a gold piece.
No, I like you all very much.
Don't want a fucking coin.
You're sure?
I will take it. I'll just grab it.
That also
This is mine now.
tracks.
I'm just gonna look at.
I'm
gonna look at Buck.
Immediately put it back. I'm just like, I don't want it now.
I'm gonna like walk to Buck and just like whisper to him like, "Never mind, I support whatever you do."
Oh God. I do have a question, DM.
Yeah.
After doing a quick little research, would I be able to create food with the Noltar's pigments?
What have you found according to research? I don't see anything in the description that says no.
And I was just gonna say, so in here, because it says you can create things like terrain features to include flowers and trees. It's like if I create a tree, I could create like an apple tree, which therefore means apples are possible.
Yeah,
Stuff like
I'm
Forgotten
gonna-
Realms, and that there are uses of other campaigns, like through like Jeremy Crawford and stuff, that have used it, where it says only mundane inanimate objects could be used or could be created with this pigment, including all manner of food,
Okay, then yeah, we'll say
and
yeah.
acted as expected.
We will say you can create food.
So then I would create a couple sacks of just some basic
Sure.
meat, like bread, apples, jerky, like some non-perishables that they could hopefully survive on for
Mm-hmm.
weeks.
Yeah, you were creating all of this stuff in addition to patching things up. He will kind of like you see the other giants that had been around the fire all kind of rush to the food and start eating some of it immediately. But he seems kind of like locked in with this sort of bemused glance. He's like,
So you all know this Nebuchadnezzar? Is he someone of power?
We met him as somewhat of a foe, and at the time he did not seem to have that much power, but we were led to believe that he formerly did have much more than he did when we saw him. Did he say or give or do anything besides just appear and disappear in this area?
He came in, Seward noticed that he was carrying an orb that seemed to have some sort of glow about it.
and he like describes it briefly. Would you give me a history check? I'm going to go ahead and tell you that the DC is 20.
With that information, I will use a luck point and try again.
Okay.
I feel like this is some good pertinent information. I am still short.
Okay.
I had best I can get is a 17.
All right. With a 17, I will say that the description tugs at something for you. You're not quite sure where to place it. You're like thinking back through the adventures you've been on, and it's not ringing any bells, but there is like a bell ringing somewhere, if that makes sense.
I as the player,
Sure.
or I as the person, have a very strong feeling about remembering this.
What is your strong feeling?
The town where the fountain was, there was an orb in the magic shop with somebody trapped inside of it.
I will let you know that is not the orb. Other than that, I will leave it. But
letting me know that that's not it, is it fair to say that that orb is similar in style, or is it a whole different feeling orb?
It's pretty different, actually.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That gives me enough to work out of.
But yeah, Seward mentioned he came in with this orb and seemed very very harried, very frenetic with his actions. And even though he sort of came to us from out of nowhere, he seemed like he might have been on the run. Didn't want to speak to anyone, just holed up in his room for a while and then disappeared. And very shortly thereafter, night fell.
Where was his room?
He'll show you upstairs. Would you like to make an investigation check?
I would like to assist someone making an investigation check.
Okay,
Preferably someone like Desto or Seymour.
I can
Not
certainly do
I.
that.
That would bring me much joy.
Am I able to do it, Tyler?
Better than I
Yeah.
expected, but I don't think you were the person to do it, Desto.
I will actually before we get up there and we open the door, I will touch your shoulder and give you a bit of bolstering magic, so you may add a D3 to this roll.
Okay. I used one of my recalls. Before I add the D3, I got a 25.
Yeah. Yeah, you look around in this room, and it has also been pretty thoroughly picked over. The fact that you got a 25 and you're digging, you're looking at dust, you're looking at fingerprints that are half left. You see that the place where this orb rested, you see a slight difference, a slight variance in the layer of dust. The orb looks big. 2 to 3 feet big. And you see trace amounts of dried magic residue in this room. And also find a note. It says orb. What does the note say? Note says, you'll see a note that is half a page that is sort of a journal entry that it seems as though the power of the orb is allowing me wider access to those I can summon back. No longer am I just limited to humans. This one also allows Drac, and then the note gets ripped.
Are any of the giants in the room, or is it just us?
I think Whitby came up with you, but is standing outside.
Alright, so while he's outside, I'm just going to kind of show the note to Seymour. It's this piece of shit is the reason the dragons were here. At least that's what I'm seeing. And also
Glance over the note.
above
I
the
shake my
table.
head.
Thank you, Taz, for mentioning the orb in the magic shop, because that was what I thought of when he first said it.
That was the first one I thought of. The second one I thought of was there was the giant orb that Buck's old high school football team buddies had in the center of their lab that they used to like bolster themselves up with power. And I don't remember if they summoned undead creatures in there with that or what.
They became dragon flesh abominations.
Um, and then I feel like there was an orb that was mentioned in the fortress somewhere as
There was the
like in the
elemental
office.
thing, the thing with the elemental inside of it.
Mm-hmm. But I was gonna say I feel like there was something mentioned in like Nebuchad's office, but I'm not 100% on that.
Yeah,
But
there
I would
might have
take
been.
the note that you gave me and be like, I agree. Looks like he had a hand in a whole lot of this.
No, I'm really glad I threw him in the lava.
I'm kind of mad that you did now because we might have been able to get answers out of him. But
I think we got everything we could have. But I understand what you're saying.
I'll give the note back to Desto and I'll kind of think for a second and be like, would be. I know that you guys are in a call it a very dreary scenario, to be frank.
Well, we
Any of
were,
you
but you've at least given us a few more things to be happy about. Thank you to you
pray?
and your pet goblin. Do I pray?
You believe the gods have forsaken you?
Roll an
I
insight
preface
check.
this. Oh, okay. I was just gonna say I preface with this. I am no paladin or cleric. I am no. What is the thing? It starts with like an H, and they like speak on behalf of the gods. What is it?
Harold?
Herald. Thank you. I'm no herald for a god or anything like that. Just curious. And my insight check is a 14.
Made Brent so angry. And I didn't even need a god to do it.
Just a giant.
Just a giant.
A very nice giant.
All of Tyler, at this point, all of Tyler's NPCs catch these hands.
He's a
The
very
princesses
nice guy.
are the princesses
Hey.
are on thin ice.
This is all because of that slick fucking comment you made earlier, dude.
um, 18 you said?
14.
14, gotcha. He'll
It really depends on the day you ask. I have pled with the gods, I have cursed them, I have wondered for what reason we're here, or if there is any god at all. I envy those more certain, and loathe those who never ask. Do you?
So recently, I believed, but never gave it a thought. And now, I lean more towards the side of certainty. From what I've learned and what I've seen, I know they exist. But to what end and what means did they do what they do? And I think that's the part that perplexes me. And there's a god in particular who's not very well known by many in my realms, but maybe you might have heard of him. Alutio. Is he of standing with you?
I suppose if there's a god I pray to at all, it would be Lucio. He is our kin father, for whatever that's worth.
Did you say he was a good god to you and your people?
Sure, look around. Don't we have everything we need?
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Great.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, fuck him. I hate that guy. He's the worst. It's very rude.
Well, if you say fuck him and you provide me water, then today I will say fuck him as well.
Hell yeah.
Whitby, you just moved up in our book.
I am pleased to know that, bro.
I'm gonna watch to see if he puts his hand in his pocket. Like, if he even starts making a move, like, I don't want a coin.
Roll an insight check.
14 flat.
He does not offer you a coin, but he is sizing you up for something else. You're not sure what.
Oh.
I'm just gonna give him like a perplexed look, like one of these.
I appreciate the demonstration.
You're welcome.
Well, what is next for you all, do you think?
Well, we can't stay here forever.
We're kind of not where we're supposed to be.
And we'll have to find our way, after being lost here, to hopefully being unlost back. That means that we will have to go back out there and venture into the night. You are free to come with us if you would like to take your chances. Or if you'd rather take your chances here, seeing as if you guys have survived this long here. If there's no reason to risk health and safety, I also understand.
You will see Whitby sort of pull himself up to the full height of his frame.
A giant will never be driven out by a dragon. It is a war our people have fought since the beginning. And it seems that it may be the one we fight till the end.
I respect your pride and honor in this scenario.
I, as Tyler the DM, will ask the party, recognizing what time it is, do you think you all would attempt to journey out into the night to find your way back? Or does the presence of Nebuchadnezzar and this mysterious orb strike any of you as something you would like to explore further? There's no
I-
penalties one way or another. It's just I'm asking.
I very much
Who-
want to.
I
I'm
think
assuming
we
orb
would
can-
probably. Sorry, Kayla. Go ahead.
Okay. My mic sucks. I'm assuming this orb we can also possibly find again.
Possibly.
Potentially. This is kind of where I, as a DM, have to say like things are behind the screen, and you are in like a
I'm-
mysterious dimension thing. Yeah.
I'm thinking, and this would be in character as well.
Okay.
We have no idea how we got here or how to get back. But this orb that they're talking about seems like the only lead we have, period, to getting back.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have to go after it.
And I'm inclined to agree. And that's exactly where I'm at, is that my end state is to get back. I believe that looking at a Nebuchadnezzar in the orb is most likely the scenario. But it
And that's
sometimes starts
only-
as simple as where we dropped in before we started walking towards and into town, is seeing if something fell out there, if there's an orb around there.
And it's only a bonus that we get to learn extra about what possibly happened in the meantime.
Right.
So
All right.
So,
So we're all in agreement that we're looking for the orb, hoping to use that to get back, right?
For time's sake, is it something that's going to take a really long time?
yeah, here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna kind of lay out the end of the book for y'all a little bit. So we are gonna wrap this session within the next couple of minutes, regardless. However, I can do the neat little bow on this, and you guys just wander out into the mist and find your way back home. Or we can say, to be continued, and make this a two-part story that we will revisit either next New Ammolia session, or we may kick it down the road a little bit, depending on how we feel about that. Either we save it for the next time AJ misses, or maybe AJ comes in and plays one of these giants and tags along with you. All of that can be determined.
That'd be fun.
If
I
you,
vote to be continued.
if we do,
100%.
I also vote to be continued.
okay. Well, I don't even have to. I will say, if we had decided on to be continued, or since we have, you will learn more information. I'm not gonna like connect A to B for you, but you will have more clues at your disposal. In addition to getting to see your old pal Nebuchadnezzar again, and how fun can that be?
Can't wait.
I will be the one who turns him into a skeleton. I will put it to you that.
No
Right.
ripping of limbs from the body.
That ends up
Oh
being
no!
a
He's
plot
got
twist
he's
of the
got to
story.
learn. Buck creates his own greatest enemy.
That seems to be a pattern for you.
It does, in fact.
That fire giant was fucking easy though, guys.
So, as a
God,
quick wrapping
yeah,
up, and
fuck
then we
that
can BS and call it a night, whatever we want to do. But we will leave this session. You guys exit the room where you have learned some more evidence of what seemingly a human version of Nebuchadnezzar has been up to in this place. And as you wander downstairs to a stronger fortress, you see all 6 giants, Whitby and the 5 that were left downstairs, holding their weapons and looking to you as Whitby says,
Wherever you decide to go, we will clear a path for you.
That's nice of them.
and that is where we will end tonight's session.